sport.
This is Sky News, Australia's news channel.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Carson Scott. The quest to find the best when it comes to local companies expanding offshore and needing access to the best lawyers in their market of choice. It's just gotten a whole lot easier with the Australian launch this week of Attorney Consulting Services International. It's promising cost-efficient access to the best lawyers, both at home and abroad, tapping a network of more than 100,000 lawyers from the world's top 200 law firms. So how does it work? And indeed, how to keep the cost below market-level pricing structures. Founder and chairwoman of ACSI, Beatrice O'Brien, joining me now. Welcome to you. I've abbreviated it accordingly. And it's intriguing because there are other players out there. How do you brand yourself and get your name out in what's quite a cluttered market with Chambers and Partners sort of _1 out there in people's headspace?
Well, Attorney Consulting Services International, ACSI, is a global legal consulting firm that provides the most cost-effective and time-efficient access to lawyers both internationally and domestically. It is a unique service in the sense that it is the only kind of service worldwide that mitigates the cost and mitigates the risks and uncertainties that companies and businesses face when they're actually trying to obtain legal representations overseas.
Just to clarify that point, mitigates the cost. There is still cost involved in the search, correct?
That's correct.
So how does it mitigate in that strict sense of the word?
It mitigates it by sourcing out from our network of member law firms and lawyers that are vast. And as you mentioned, there's about 100,000 lawyers involved in the group, as well as over 200. So what we do is basically source out and make sure that the law firm that we put to the companies understand the industry, understand the technical know-how, basically understand the local and political jurisdictions that they're seeking advice into. How
Do you practically guarantee, though, the best lawyers in that whole process as you've just outlined? Because that's a very bold, it's a very strong promise to make to clients. But how are you keeping on top of those same said lawyers at any given point in the cycle to know they are the best in breed?
Because they have actually proven, while we've been in the bidding process, as to the capacity that they have to ensure that they understand what the company is requiring.
But who actually ranks? Because unlike, for instance, I just want to understand the process. If you look at Chambers and Partners, which is still #1, the latest survey by International In-House Counsel, 20,000 in-house counsel from around the world, to ask if they used directories to identify law firms and individuals, which would they use? So Chambers is right up there as the benchmark. And they have a vast team of researchers who are constantly updating that Bible of global sector analysts. Now, that's a very time-consuming process.
Well, it's one thing to actually research and provide someone a telephone directory of lawyers. It's another thing to actually have practice in those jurisdictions with those attorneys and give them the right solutions. This is not about looking at your network and saying, okay, X, Y, and Z firm is going to do that job. It's to actually figure out exactly what technical expertise the company wants in order to make it fit with the law firm.
It's the top 200. Now, the fact that you're going to the top 200 firms, how do you therefore become cost competitive? Because already you're ruling out a swathe of talent, are you not, below that?
Well, I think it's a misnomer to say that it's only the top 200 law firms. We have law firms that are from mid-sized, small